Hi there, I'm Richard McKyton. At McKyton Law, we handle complex, high-stakes cases that require a lot of attention, a lot of expertise. This particular case looked kind of chaotic on the surface, but it was really a timeline case. The only way to prove responsibility was to build the chronology, where this person was, where he was going, where he was supposed to be. Check the records, the gaps in the records, and the safeguards and the failures of those safeguards to prove causation. Once we did that, case was easy to prove. This is not a volume case, it's a complexity case. It's a difficult case, but it was one we were able to make by following those rules, checking all the evidence, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. In this case, a Florida convict was released early from Florida State Prison, and he was assigned to a halfway house. That happens here in the state of Florida. It happens in a lot of different states. A person gets released early, they get assigned to a halfway house, they're going to be monitored at that halfway house, they're going to stay at that halfway house every night, and during the day, they're going to have a job, a place to report to, a place to hopefully build skills, and hopefully when they're ready to re-enter society, they've got some sort of skill that they can use to actually support themselves. Well, in this case, something went really wrong. The individual that we're talking about went unaccounted for about 18 hours. He wasn't followed, he wasn't tracked, and it led to really consequential things. Another attorney, actually a couple of attorneys, passed on this case. They looked at it, I believe, on the surface and thought this was a horrible act, a terrible thing happened, but nobody's at fault. That's not the way we looked at it. We mapped everything out, we pulled all the information, we pulled all the records, spoke to family members, spoke to witnesses. Once we looked at all the proof, we could see that we could prove the case, we could show that the owners of the halfway house were responsible, they were at fault, and we were able to prove the case.